Hello, I'm Raymond Goh. This is Nightline, and here's news making the headlines. Mechanism of Malaysians at Work initiative to be presented by EPF soon. And 16 injured in helium-filled balloons explosion. Good morning. The mechanism of the Malaysians at Work initiative, which was announced during the 2020 budget tabling on Friday, will be presented by the Employees Provident Fund of EPF soon. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said the EPF has been chosen to lead the initiative, which will create 350,000 jobs.
It is a waste of government resources. After spending so many years in universities, they are still unable to secure a job. So we want to provide them with that opportunity. And to do that, we have come up with this scheme where we incentivize not just the unemployed graduates or unemployed workers, but also employers to employ these workers, these Malaysian workers, graduates or non-graduates.
He was speaking during the post-budget media conference in Parliament on Saturday. During the 2020 budget presentation, Lim announced that there will be wage incentives to encourage the hiring of unemployed graduates and local workers. Under the Malaysians at Work initiative, graduates who secure a job after having been unemployed for more than a year will receive 500 ringgit per month from the government for a duration of 2 years. Employers will also receive a hiring incentive of up to 300 ringgit per month for each new hire over 2 years. Experts and representatives from various associations have also given their feedback on the 2020 budget. Balanced and well thought of, these are among some of the positive remarks regarding Friday's tabling. Experts also applauded the government for continuing their efforts in stimulating Malaysia's economy to ensure that it continues to grow. Many incentives have been given to the manufacturing and labour sectors, as well as taking advantage of the development of digital economy.
One of the issues that currently we have is in labour market. I'm glad that government is putting effort to actually address the issue, for example, graduate unemployment, women returning to work by providing this new incentive of giving wage incentive and hiring incentive for the private sector.
Attempts have also been made to help the poor, especially the B40, by allowing more subsidies and allowances to help to assist them financially. However, the execution of tasks and programs stipulated within the budget must always be under the purview of the government.
What I haven't seen that very much is a profound review. How much you can present a budget, you formulate and present a budget. You should always be ready for uncertainties that would require recalibration. Therein, I feel the execution is not very spelled out. Are we going to have a review, a clear review, monitoring?
SMEs and entrepreneurs will also expect much more support from the government next year with favourable tax incentives to help boost their economical status.
For SMEs, the threshold of income tax rate at 17% has been raised up from 500,000 to 600,000. This is very good to help SMEs in whatever fields that they are undertaking. And also, SMEs are also available for more incentives with criteria which is more relaxed as compared to the big organizations. Yeah?
Overall, Budget 2020 aims to drive Malaysia's economy forward with equitable outcomes towards a shared prosperity so that all can benefit from the country's improving economical status. There were anxious moments at Dataran Putrajaya on Saturday when helium gas-inflated balloons used as props for a fitness event exploded, injuring 16 people, including children. 9 children and 7 adults, some of whom were participants and the rest visitors, were hurt during the incident at the tail end of the Education Ministry's 2019 National Sports Month event. The victims aged between 4 and their 30s were rushed to the Putrajaya hospital. According to Putrajaya Police Chief ACP Rosli Hassan, the incident occurred when someone tried to cut the string tied to a bunch of balloons with a cigarette lighter, and the flame struck one of the balloons before the whole bunch exploded. He said police found a cigarette lighter at the scene believed to have been the same one that caused the incident. The explosion happened at the tail end of the program when everyone was about to pack up. ACP Rosli said so far no one has come forward to report the incident. Meanwhile, Putrajaya Hospital Emergency and Trauma Department Head Dr. Khairul Nizam Hassan said none of the victims were in critical condition. Following the incident, Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail took time to visit the victims at the hospital.
So ada yang satu budak yang trauma sikit lah. Yang lain itu nampak gaya dia quite able to withstand the trauma. Yang budak tu dia terdiam sikit lah. Jadi saya tanya dia pun tak apa jawab. Yang lain itu I think they are taking it okay. The doctors are taking good care of them. Dan kita melihat sebab kita dah fikirkan kalau apa yang susulan.
Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah, who is also Women, Family and Community Development Minister, said the Welfare Department is ready to provide counselling to the victims if needed. Police have detained 5 more men over alleged links to the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam LTTE terror group. 2 suspects were arrested in Malacca, 2 in Pulau Pinang and 1 in Selangor by the Counter-Terrorism Division on Saturday. The suspects were detained under the Security Offences Special Measures Act SOSMA 2012. They were believed to have been supporting the terror group. Bukit Aman is expected to hold a special press conference on Sunday to address the matter. Police have strong evidence to conduct investigations against Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam or LTTE based on intelligence carried out over a long period of time. According to Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, police intelligence showed there was strong evidence of terrorism or the possibility of terrorism from the LTTE group in the country.
Seharusnya tidak ada pihak yang harus mengganggu. Biarlah pihak polis menjalankan tugas. Kita memberikan kepercayaan kepada mereka dan selama ini pun saya kira mereka telah menjalankan tugas berdasarkan apa yang diperuntukkan oleh undang-undang. Bukan dengan niat ataupun tujuan tertentu yang mungkin dirasakan oleh setengah-setengah pihak dalam masyarakat.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin said this after attending an investiture ceremony in conjunction with the 81st birthday of Malacca Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Dr. Muhammad Khalil Yaakob at Balai Istiadat Sri Negeri in Ayer Keroh on Saturday. On October 10th, 2 DAP state assemblymen from Malacca and Negeri Sembilan were among 7 individuals detained in connection with activities allegedly linked to LTTE. DAP, however, has come out in defense of its 2 assemblymen, saying their involvement in the party so far has shown no indication that the 2 were involved in any terror activities. In Kuala Lumpur, Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Bador said any form of threat linked to terrorist groups is being dealt with in accordance with the Standard Operating Procedure SOP. The IGP added that investigations were always carried out professionally based on reports and evidence gathered by the police.
Mereka yang ditahan itu akan diberikan hak dia. Saya dah memanggil pegawai saya yang bertanggungjawab, memastikan hak-hak dia mengikut yang telah diperuntukkan oleh undang-undang, lawatan keluarga, peguam dapat khidmat peguam dia mesti dipenuhi.
He was speaking to reporters after the launch of the Royal Malaysian Police Force PDRM 2019 National Sports Month in Bukit Aman on Saturday. Tan Sri Abdul Hamid also stressed that arrests would not be carried out arbitrarily and would have nothing to do with political, racial and religious issues. In the meantime, Pakatan Harapan PH Secretariat Chief Saifuddin Abdullah said the PH leadership held an informal discussion on the arrests of the assemblymen on Friday. However, Saifuddin, who is also the Foreign Affairs Minister, said no decision was made during the discussion.
Kita di Wisma Putra kita sangat berhati-hati melihat badan-badan teroris itu. Kita lihat satu persatu adakah benar dia teroris atau dia sudah bukan teroris atau dia sebenarnya dah tak wujud lagi dan yang tinggal cuma penyokong-penyokongnya saja dan simpatisan, ya. Jadi itu cara Wisma Putra melihat, ya, perkara-perkara yang berkaitan dengan terorisme.
He added that Wisma Putra, with the close cooperation of the relevant enforcement agencies, have always followed developments of the LTTE, just like the other groups of terrorists. On another matter, the Inspector General of Police said police will not hesitate to publish the identity of the witnesses in the death of fireman Muhammad Adib Muhammad Qasim if they do not step forward to assist the investigations.
Kita nak wrap up benda ni secepat mungkin supaya tidak lagi ada spekulasi ni spekulasi tu, ya. So lagi cepat siasatan ni dapat ditamatkan dan kita angkat balik dekat apa ni lagi baik. So kita nak cepat.
So untuk nak
saya tak boleh bagi tempoh. Nanti CID akan keluarkan apa ni satu kenyataan yang untuk memanggil mereka. Kalau tidak kita akan menggunakan segala kuasa dalam undang-undang untuk memaksa mereka hadir.
He was asked to comment on the 56 out of the 66 witnesses who have yet to step forward to assist in the investigation. Tan Sri Abdul Hamid also said the Attorney General has given the police time to go over the findings made by the Coroner's Court before taking further action. On September 27th, the coroner found that Muhammad Adib's death was caused by 2 or more unknown individuals. In Malacca, a Singaporean man has been remanded for 7 days by the Aikro Magistrates Court for suspected involvement in a gruesome murder of a mother and her son in Krubong. The remand order until October 18th was issued by Magistrates Court Assistant Registrar Sharina Sharani Tan. The suspect was previously arrested with the assistance of Singapore Police on Friday before he was brought back to Malacca to assist the investigation. On Thursday, a grass cutter had found several dismembered body parts at Kampong Ladang in Krubong at about 4:30 p.m., which belonged to a 27-year-old woman and her 11-year-old son. Both victims were believed to have been murdered a few days ago at their home in Taman Merdeka Jaya. Meanwhile, police have found 2 heads believed to have been from the mother and son that were murdered and chopped up. Authorities, however, did not reveal the location where it was found. State Police Chief Datuk Mat Kasim Karim said police are still waiting for the family to identify the body parts and for the post-mortem to confirm the identity of both the heads. It is understood that police are still searching the victim's house, as it is believed additional body parts are still there with a murder weapon. On Friday, the family of the victims believed that the body parts belonged to Nur Fazira Bidin, aged 27, and her son Muhammad Iman Asraf Abdullah, 11. Both of the victims are believed to have been related to the suspect remanded by police. In Johor, a man with a Datuk title who was arrested in Kulai on Friday after confessing on video to being a member of the notorious Gang 24 Triad has been released on police bail Saturday. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigations Department Director Dato' Huzir Muhammad in a statement said that a 52-year-old suspect is also wanted by Selangor Police to help in a criminal intimidation case. In that video clip, the suspect was seen throwing out warnings to parties who wanted to challenge him, including those from Singapore. Huzir said the case is being investigated under Section 43 of the Societies Act 1966 and Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998. Over in Kelantan, the Tok Bali Region 3 Marine Police Force, MPF, seized 66 boxes containing 3,300 cartons of white cigarettes worth 349,800 ringgit in a smuggling attempt at 7 nautical miles from Semarak Beach on Friday morning. Its commander ACP Nur Zaid Muhammad Said said his team was patrolling under Ops Galora when they came across a boat in Laut Melawi Bachok at 3 a.m. He said the suspects dumped the boxes overboard and escaped from the MPF patrol boat after a 1-hour chase. Nur Zaid said the cigarettes were believed to have been brought in from neighboring Thailand to be marketed in Kelantan, Terengganu and Pahang, where the demand was said to be high. Toyota unveils latest generation of Corolla. The auto segment right after this breather. Stay tuned. We're back. Thanks for staying with us. Nightline continues now with the auto segment. After making its debut at the Guangzhou Motor Show in China last year, the Malaysian market finally gets the new Toyota Corolla in two variants, the 1.8E and the range-topping 1.8G. From the grille to the tailpipes, the 12th generation Corolla brings all kinds of automotive sleekness. Wan Azul Islam finds out more.
Welcome to this week's auto segment with me, Wan Azul Islam. Now the car you see next to me is the new Toyota Corolla Altis, a 1.8-litre engine with a 7-speed CVT transmission. Now this car, we managed to test drive it all the way up to Genting. Let's find out some of the unique features and what is underneath this hood. Let's go. Both Corolla variants are powered by a 2ZR FE 1.8-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine with dual VVT-i and a powertrain with two drive modes, Sport and Eco. The naturally aspirated mill creates 137 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 173 Newton-meters of torque at 4,000 RPM. With drive going to the front wheels via a 7-speed Shiftmatic CVT transmission. The base 1.8E model comes with halogen headlamps, 16-inch alloy wheels, LED tail lights, fog lamps, and a reverse camera along with front and rear parking sensors. The interior design features keyless entry, a 4.2-inch TFT LCD instrument cluster, automatic climate control, and a 6.8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with 6 speakers. The 1.8G option includes LED projected headlamps, 17-inch alloy wheels, an Optitron meter with a 7-inch display, dual zone climate control, electronic parking brake, pedal shifters, and a 3D panoramic view monitor. Both variants are equipped with a standard safety setup, including 7 airbags, stability and traction control, ABS with EBD and brake assist, hill start assist, and tire pressure monitoring. The top range 1.8G model includes Toyota Safety Sense with a number of additional safety and driver assistance systems. Okay, so now I'm testing one of the safety features on the Toyota Corolla Altis, which is LTA or Lane Tracing Assist, where it will detect the lane lines on the right and left using its radar and will keep the vehicle centered on the road. Now to take a look at another feature, which is the LDA or the Lane Diversion Alert. So right now the radar has detected that I'm in the middle of the lane. Alright, so as I force it to swerve a little bit out of lane, it will start beeping like so to alert me that I'm out of the lane. Now the latest Corolla bases itself on the Toyota New Global Architecture TNGA platform, which features an overhauled design following European styling with many revisions made to the vehicle's dimensions.
But if you look at this 12th generation, this is more prestation advanced, and we are just launching in Malaysia. And as you aware, this is a TNGA platform. We will be selling 2 variants in Malaysia, and we are looking at a volume of around 600 to 700 units for this year.
The new Toyota Corolla Altis 1.8E variant starts at 128,888 ringgit on the road without insurance, while the range-topping 1.8G retails at 136,888 ringgit with all purchases inclusive of a 5-year unlimited mileage factory warranty. Wan Azul Islam for Nightline's auto segment, TV3.
Hagibis forces millions in Japan to evacuate. Stories from the foreign front when we return. Stay with us. Well, Welcome back. Onto the foreign front now. Evacuation orders have been issued for 3.2 million people in Japan as Typhoon Hagibis bears down on Tokyo, having already killed one person, causing power outages, flooding, as well as widespread travel disruption. The Japanese Meteorological Agency, JMA, said the typhoon made landfall just before 7 p.m. local time on the Izu Peninsula, southwest of Tokyo, with winds of 162 kilometers per hour at its center and gusts of up to 215 kilometers per hour. The agency also called for the public to remain vigilant for rain and gusts of wind after it issued a level 5 emergency weather warning. The warnings were issued for towns and cities in 12 prefectures, including areas in Tochigi, Ibaraki, Fukushima, Miyagi, and Niigata. Massive rainfalls have also pushed up water levels of many rivers in areas including Tokyo, Saitama, and Chiba prefectures, raising fears over the possibility of damaging floods. An overloaded bus plunged down a hill in central Nepal, killing at least 11 and injuring 108 people on Saturday. According to authorities, the packed bus was ferrying passengers who had been celebrating the Hindu festival of Dashain from Sindhu Palchok to neighboring Kathmandu before the crowded vehicle slipped and fell more than 50 meters at a bend. 6 people were killed instantly and 5 more passed away on the way to hospital or while being treated. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. With that, I'm Raymond Goh. Thank you for joining us and enjoy your weekend.